Hey guys, it's me, Meaner. Here we're going to be doing the all abilities video of Dreamland 2. All abilities except the final ability, whatever. We're starting off with Parasol. As you can see with this, you could float, pretty much you could break blocks with it. It's a pretty interesting ability by itself. But how about if we have our animal friends with us? Let's take a look at those. First is Rick. Let's go ahead and grab one of these Waddle Dees, and then grab this little Parasol, and then voila! It doesn't really have too much forward range, but this is pretty cool. It actually hits a lot of stuff above you, so that's kind of nice. And it somehow has hit detection for in front of you ever so slightly, so that works too. Why not? Whatever, not complaining. Pretty cool ability at least. Pretty interesting. Next, let's go ahead and kill this guy, and then of course we're going to go get Koo. Koo's an awesome little friend, probably my favorite friend out of all of them. As you can tell, with the little Parasol, you actually spin around. You can actually break stuff with this way. Hooray! Look at this. We're spinning for greatness. That's what he does. And it has some pretty good range too, even when he's like about to stop spinning. Either way, now we have Kine. Kine just uses it as like a little thing in front of him. Not really anything all too special. And it retracts pretty quickly. But that's pretty much all there is to it. Next up is Fire. Look at this. Normally, fire allows you to just launch forward and burn stuff. That's pretty cool looking. Just flash forward. Let's see what other abilities have with the other animals. First up is Rick. Rick could shoot like a little flamethrower thing. Look at that flamethrower. Able to kill all kinds of stuff. Koo, however, does like a little downward strike with the fire. Kind of interesting. Not really the best one. It doesn't really go very far, doesn't fly very far across. I don't really like this ability too much, but hey, whatever. Kine, however, shoots like very small fireballs that launch all the way across the screen. So it works quite nicely. Now if you use it underwater, it's pretty much useless, but because it doesn't travel anything, it goes like maybe 2 seconds in front of you, then disappears. But outside of water, it's actually quite nice, until you come up against a block like this. Alright, so now we have Cutter. Cutter, of course, has a long range, is able to hit very far. Very good long-range weapon. Very nice. So let's go ahead and combine it with some animals now, because animal friends are always great and add things. Add a piece of resistance and whatnot. Now Rick uses like a little boomerang. Whee, look how quick the little boomerang is. It's quite awesome looking. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it really. And I lost it. Oh well, no biggie. Still, look at that. Yay! Now is Koo. Koo is probably one of my favorite abilities with this one here. Cutter plus Koo allows you to shoot off little feathers like this, like a three-way. Quite nice, actually. Quite nice indeed. Now we have Kine. Kine's is like a little laser sonar beam kind of thing to use underwater. Kind of interesting, but it's actually quite a slow attack, so it's not very effective. Notice with Kine, however, you can inhale underwater as Kine, so that's interesting. Either way, next we have Needle. Needle, of course, this little porcupine thing, basically just kills whatever's in a path like this. That's pretty much all there is to it. Nothing really all too fancy, but pretty much it gets the job done. With Rick, only his backside could hurt spikes. It's like regular Kirby spikes, except less effective, I guess. I'm not really sure I understand the point, because there's no front attack. Koo allows you to attack things from underneath you when you're flying. It's kind of useful, especially when you're flying like this, and you're just trying to hit something underneath you, you can do that. But not the greatest. Oh well. But at least it's better than Rick's. Now, Kine works just like Kirby, really. It's pretty much the same exact attack as Kirby, except different sprite, I guess. Anyway, now we have Spark. Spark, by itself, is a great ability. Look how wide range it has. It's actually very powerful, able to hit stuff quite nicely. But let's see Rick. Rick has the Beam, pretty much if you combine it with Spark. Has like a little beam attack, kind of works like Beam in the later Kirby games. But either way, that's Rick's. And I think it works quite effectively, actually. So that's cool. Koo has like a little thunderbolt thing underneath you. It doesn't go all the way down, so it's not as effective as it can be. However, the range on it is quite nice. It's like an upgraded version of the Needle ability. Kine's, however, is the most useful. Look at this. You can actually find hidden doors if it's too dark. You can actually have a long-range attack when you actually shoot the light bulb far away from you. Quite nice, actually. Very useful. now we have Stone. Stone is, well, fun. I mean, you could roll things down and, oops, wrong side. You could roll all the way down and kill stuff. Nice! Wonder what the other abilities give us. Rick allows us to Rick roll, basically. You could climb up this ever so slowly, go uphill, and then you could roll down. So that's pretty cool. Look at that. Look how awesome that is. Quite nice. Coup basically just drops from the air. So it's not really all too much different than it would be normally. But I guess it has Cou's sprite. Yay. How about Kind? What does Kind do? Well, let's go ahead and find out. Pretty much the exact same thing as both Kirby and Coup, so it's not really all too great. Oh well, at least now we know. Now we have the final one, Ice. Kirby could turn things ice, knock stuff down, slide it, hit stuff with ice, that's pretty much it. This is the final ability in the game. Let's see what our friends are able to do with it. Rick could turn like a little snowman. Look at that, turns to like a little snowman and actually hit him. Pretty much the same thing Kirby does. Essentially, except there's like little ice around him instead of the launch. Coup has like a little ice thrower, a little faster pace than the normal ice you can use in the air. So that's kind of cool, and you slow down fall, or you slow fall. Whereas Kind gives you like a little shield, but if you use it for too long, it actually freezes you on contact. So that's interesting, but I think it's quite nice. Either way, that's all the abilities. Hope you guys enjoyed. So, I will see you guys next time.